Following his dominant win at UFC 319, Chimaev has become the hottest name in the UFC. But now, reports are blowing up online, especially across Russian-speaking forums and media outlets, that Chimaev has been offered a staggering $30 million from wealthy UAE royals. And no, that's not for a title defense. It's potentially for a one-off super fight. The opponent, rumors are circling around none other than Islam Makhachev. Now, this seems like a logistical nightmare for the UFC. Two Muslim champions, both from Dagestan, possibly fighting under the same promotional banner? Dana White hasn't commented, but the money being talked about is the kind that makes anything possible. Sources claim both fighters were approached in private during recent appearances in Abu Dhabi. Chimaev was even seen attending a high-profile event with Emirati royalty, championship belt in hand. And many say this royal treatment was more than just a victory celebration, it was business. Chimaev didn't deny anything. He's quoted saying, "Where the money is, that's where I fight. If the UFC pays, I'll fight Islam." Meanwhile, Makhachev has stayed silent, but insiders say his team isn't dismissing the idea. Could this be the first UFC versus UFC super fight entirely bankrolled by the Middle East? While the super fight rumors swirl, another name has stepped forward for a more realistic matchup. Reneier, the Dutch Knight de Ridder. The former one championship, two division title holder is now ranked 5th in the UFC middleweight division, riding a 4-fight win streak in 2025. He's called out Chimaev directly, suggesting UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi on October 25th as the perfect battleground. De Ridder posted a respectful message online, but added that he's ready to expose what he called white belt level grappling from Chimaev. Chimaev didn't take long to clap back, calling him out with, "I'll make you look like a white belt, Habibi." Talk about respectful trash talk with a twist.
I'm interested to see what happens in the fight, of course. But if I get taken down, perfect. If I take him down, perfect. If we're still standing, also great. I think I have a good chance of doing well in this fight, and I really hope we can get it done. I have some sneaky stuff from the bottom as well. I think I can really make it hard on him once I put him on his back. So yeah. I think I have a good chance in this fight, so hopefully you can help me, then Hardy can help me, and we can get this one done.
After Khamzat's dominant wrestling-heavy performance against Dricus du Plessis, UFC legend Dominick Cruz offered an interesting take. We might be entering a new grappling era in MMA. He broke it down like this: MMA runs in cycles. We've had the striker-heavy eras. Think Anderson Silva, Adesanya. Then you get wrestlers like Usman and Khabib who take over. And now, Chimaev's clinical smothering of DDP might mark the return of wrestlers running the show. Cruz said it wasn't just the takedowns, it was the complete control. Du Plessis couldn't escape even once, and that's terrifying. If you can't even create space to breathe, you can't win the fight, Cruz said.
We watched Khamzat completely destroy DDP with pure grappling. Like, he couldn't even escape one time. And that's what was shocking to me, was not that DDP got taken down, it's that he could not escape. He had no tools to create any separation, not even one time around. And that is the ideal way to try to beat somebody. If you're Khamzat, that's the way you want to do it. If you give him an option to just hold you down and put you out like a cigarette butt, he's going to do it because he doesn't have to get punched. So everybody's going to take that option. It's just usually somebody can create separation. That's how good Khamzat is. But we're starting to see the trend come back around. It goes from strikers, the stuff, the takedowns, to making a striking battle. We saw that with an Adesanya era. And then it comes back around. And now we're watching Kamaru Usman take out Buckley and pin him down in the corner. We're watching a Dolidze get completely dominated by high school level wrestling, but black belt level top pressure jiu-jitsu by Hernandez. And now we just watched Khamzat use amazing grappling with the wrestling, the top pressure, and he just dominated DDP with this grappling. If you cannot stop the takedown, it's okay, but you have to be able to get up and create space. That is the next level of mixed martial arts. It's not if you get taken down, it's when. But the big question is, do you have enough jiu-jitsu to use your guard to get back to your feet, to use your side mount, to use a half guard? Do you have options to get off your back and create space? Because if you don't, the guy who can keep it there will. And he's going to make it an easy fight because he doesn't want to get punched in the face. And that's how they're all going to go. So it's fun to watch the progression of the sport come in waves. Strikers, grapplers, but right now it's the era of the grappler. especially with Khamzat in there.
Some fans weren't happy with the wrestling-heavy approach from Khamzat. They expected chaos, pressure, and that berserker energy we saw in his early fights. Instead, we got calculated dominance. But Chimaev's coach for the night, Javier Mendez, who's coached Khabib and Islam, defended the strategy. Speaking on his YouTube show, Mendez said, "Why would you risk standing and banging when you can secure the title with your strongest weapon?" That's what I would have told him. Get the belt, then go back to entertaining. And he's got a point. It's easy to ask for fireworks, but titles are won with tactics, not pride.
So knowing full well that they wanted him to go away from the game plan of which would be to take DDP down, that's what I would have said. I would have told him exactly what he did. Exactly what I would have had him do. Just go for the takedown. Why? This is your one big opportunity to win the biggest prize. You can be the biggest guy. You know, for a long time we haven't had one this big, right? We have Habibs, we've had other ones, but the guy could be really big. So why risk it? I would tell him, just take him down. And if he gets back up, take him down again. You know, that's what I would be on continuously. And he did that. So, you know, sometimes people go, oh, it was boring, this and that. Well, okay, whose fault is it that it's boring? If the person can't stop you from taking them down and he wants to stand, it's your fault. Stand up. If not, learn your game. You know, that's the way I look at it. I don't look at it like the guy that dominates and uses his game to win. That's what he needs to do to win. Stop the takedown then, you know. And from what I remember, and I could be wrong on this, didn't his coach said we can handle him on the ground too?
Tsarukyan, who was in Chimaev's corner, shared even more. He said Khamzat wanted to strike in the final round, feeling confident, but his corner stopped him. The message was clear: stick to the plan, secure the win, don't get fancy. This might explain why fans didn't see a brawl. Chimaev had already secured the first 3 rounds. Why take unnecessary risks? UFC returns to Canada on October 18th in Vancouver, and the card is fire. In the main event, Reneier de Ridder faces Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, a gritty wrestler on an 8-fight win streak. This bout could decide the next title challenger if Chimaev doesn't go for a super fight. Also on the horizon, the Paris card in September featuring Imava versus Bo Nickel. The middleweight division is heating up fast, and Chimaev has options.
All right, UFC Vancouver, October 18th at the Rogers Arena in Vancouver, Canada. In the main event, it's a 5-round fight between middleweight contenders Reinier de Ridder and Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. De Ridder is ranked number 5, came into the UFC, a former 2-division champion and 1 championship. He's undefeated in UFC, and obviously he's beat Bo Nickel, former champ Rob Whittaker. This dude has fought 4 times this year, and he's looking for his 5th win in 2025. I love guys that fight that much. I love it. And he's taking on 6th ranked Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy's on an 8-fight win streak 2 weeks ago. He had an incredible performance of the night win over Roman. 12 of his 15 wins have come by finish. That is a bad fight. And obviously next month in Paris, we have another top middleweight contender fight between number 2 ranked Imavov and 7th ranked Bohalyo. And then Vancouver is a few weeks later. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. And we're going to end up with a middleweight challenger for Khamzat Chimaev's title that he just won.
Paddy Pimblett chimed in on his YouTube channel, defending Chimaev's performance while taking a jab at Arman Tsarukyan. Paddy said, "Real MMA fans know what Khamzat did was elite. Wrestling like that, you don't see it often." But then he flipped the switch and roasted Tsarukyan. That's the closest he'll ever get to a UFC belt, by standing next to Khamzat. Classic Paddy. No filter, no fear. In a totally different lane, viral streamer HS TickyTokky, yes, that guy, just challenged former champ Sean Strickland to a $40,000 sparring match. Ticky said he dog-walked Strickland in a boxing spa, claiming the ex-champ has pillow hands and is washed up. He promised to land more punches, outbox him, and make it look easy. Sean hasn't responded yet, but if he does, let's just say that Ticky might be making the biggest mistake of his internet career.
I'll pay you to appear on stream and we'll have a spar, boxing spar, as soon as my hand's fixed. I will pay you 40k for a spar, alright? I will take you out. I will take you out, I promise you. Just a light little spar, 16-ounce gloves, 18-ounce gloves. I will take you out, okay? No, I would dog walk Sean Strickland. Yeah, I'll dog walk this guy, man. He's a nobody.
With Chimaev at the top of the middleweight mountain, Islam possibly waiting in the shadows, and contenders stacking up, the division has never been more exciting. The era of grapplers might just be in full swing, and we're here for it. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe to the House of MMA, and let us know in the comments. Who should Khamzat fight next? De Ridder, Islam, or someone else entirely?